Yes, you read the headline right. I love that you miss tons of PMP questions. It's not a trick, it's reality. I'll teach you why in a second. Before I do that, I gotta ask you a question. I don't know if you're a football person, but do you know who holds the record for the most interceptions thrown by a rookie quarterback in NFL history? Now, there's been a ton of terrible rookie quarterbacks throwing interceptions. Boop, they pick them off. The other side takes it, runs it back, all that stuff. There's been a load of bad quarterbacks. A lot of them played for the New York Jets. That's my team. It's been a painful life I live. But who holds the record for being the worst in the history of the NFL? Do you know? Do you think about it? Take a second. It's Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning, yes. Even if you're not a football fan, you know who Peyton Manning is. The guy, two-time Super Bowl champion, Hall of Famer, and the guy who's on every single commercial in the history of life. I think he's actually been on commercials in commercials in commercials. He's on so many commercials, okay? So he's everywhere. But he started out a massive failure in the eyes of many, a bust, and he was throwing interceptions in his rookie year like it was going out of style. He threw 28. You might not know that's a lot. It's a lot. It's a crazy amount. It's so many that you would have to try hard to throw that many. It's an absolute record. He was a turnover machine. Now, the reason why I'm telling you that is because out of that massive failure became greatness, right? Here's the thing that Peyton Manning did that most quote-unquote failures don't do or never do. He kept his head up 100% of the time. He didn't back down, and he kept learning. He was uber aggressive in doing it, and he was committed to making himself better. He never relented off the 28 interceptions, which even saying it would be impossible for a lot of us. We would change everything. He didn't. He knew the process. He knew the learning. He knew that he would be there. He was unrelenting. And that's the lesson that I want you to take from today. The best performers don't start perfect. They start by screwing up. They start by failing, and they turn those misses into growth. What does Agile tell us? What does the Scrum guy and the Agile manifesto tell us? That we take chaos and make genius. That's not the words, but I'm just kind of riffing here, right? We use conflict to our advantage. Just like Peyton Manning, 28 interceptions. It's an absolute record. I'm pretty sure that no one will ever do it again, so he's hanging on that one forever, okay? Now if you're missing questions, you could give up. You have plenty of people just like you who have given up. But we're going to be different. We're going to be like Peyton Manning. We're going to use failure as the teacher. So don't panic when you're missing questions. Don't think I'm terrible at this. I'll never pass. These questions are ridiculous. They're not whatever. Those are off-ramps to your potential success. Do not do that. I love it when people miss questions and they open their mind. That and is super important. Not a but, an and. Because missing questions is your opportunity to see what you could learn, what you can improve. You're obviously taking a left when you should take a right. Let's figure out what's going on. Okay? It's not about the interceptions and being scared and embarrassed. It's about let me understand what I can learn from that. How hard do you think he studied in the film room, Peyton Manning, after he threw all those? I bet you harder than we can ever imagine. I bet you he learned more in that year than most people learn in a career. And that's what we want to do. Rejoice in the failure so that the success becomes inevitable. That's what we want. Now, when I thought through this concept and made up this podcast this afternoon, I thought back to when I worked as a merchant mariner on a ship. Now, pretty good at school, whatever. Not bad at math and engineering, junk like that, but I ain't great with my hands. I'm not going to lie to you. If you want somebody to fix something, don't call me, all right? Unless it's like a system or, a site or something like that. But I'm not good with, things on, my hands, tools. Can't even say it. Get a little nervous. But when you're an engineer on a ship, you're an operating engineer. You got to fix stuff with your hands. And so the chief engineer saw that I was doing hard work, but not the greatest at my hands, just natural inclination, okay? And he said, the best engineers, Scott, aren't the ones who never mess up. They're the ones with the best stories because they're the ones that made the mistakes, that busted their knuckles, that went in there and tried to find a way to make it work and fix their problems, that never made the same mistake twice. And he was telling me that to say, Scott, I realize you ain't that good at this, but I see the potential and you get it going. Now, I took that like positively, I'm trying my best. He's had my back, all that stuff, because he's right. You don't start out great. Now, I didn't become a great. I improved, but I wasn't great. I got into other things and found my essence and what I'm really good at. But I took that lesson that said that people who grow the fastest, that become the best, strongest professionals, Peyton Manning or otherwise, are the ones that have the scars and are proud of them through the stories, through the lessons, through the learning. Your PMP exam is no different. Your prep is no different. The best students have the war stories to say, I was so bad at this when I started. You think you're bad? Man, I was killing it in the bad neighborhood, right? I got 50s, I got 60s, I got 65s, but I didn't go negative. I found a way to get the light bulbs to go on, not off, right? So when you see yourself missing it, say, this is helping me shine a spotlight in the areas that I need the most help. Let me figure out what it is. Let me root cause. Is it the process I'm following? Is it the way I look at questions? Is it, I go snowblind or blind when I read these things? Is it I have a different understanding of a concept? Is it I'm not giving myself enough pace and grace and all these different things? What is it? You may lean on a coach to say, what are you seeing that I'm not seeing? Do you see patterns? Do you see the way I have there? Treat yourself in an outside your body kind of way so you don't get so tied to your own reality. You're throwing interceptions now, cool. It's time to get better. And so make those learning things, those learning situations, repetitive and sticky. Like think about the lesson, document it, write it down. This is what I learned. This is what I'm getting better. This is what it is. A lot of people, when it comes out through your fingers or your mouth, you get those aha sticky moments. And realize that the more you do this now, you're building toughness, resiliency, and you're getting better. It's the process that matters. That's what's getting us better. If we strike out, let's go double sports metaphor here. As long as your swing looks good, as long as your timing is good, as long as you're sticking through the process, you could have ups and downs, lefts and right. But in the long term, you're going to do well. And we want to stack up these compounding wins so that in the exam, we're prepared and we can overcome anything they throw at us. One little hit ain't going to make a big deal. That's what we want, all right? So you're training yourself in a safe environment to be a better leadership thinker, to be a better adapter to challenging situations. So pause, rethink, adjust, continue to test. And if you need more metaphors to stick in your brain, because sometimes the football thing, you're like, Scott, I kind of get it. I see Peyton Manning with his giant head and all these Ohio State commercials or whatever he's in, but it doesn't really resonate. Maybe you're a video game person. If you didn't beat a level or you did something bad, do you throw the controller out the window, quit and do it? You might do it once, but that doesn't help, and it costs a lot of money to get a new controller. If you're a bowler and you throw a gutter ball, do you leave the alley, storm out with those shoes, throw them in the parking lot, and just go off? No, you just get better. If you like to eat or you go to a buffet, you drop one meatball on the floor, do you crawl under the table and cry and throw your whole meat or your whole plate away and give up? No. You say, oopsie doopsie. Somebody's got to clean that up, grab it with a thing, throw it away, keep on eating. All that stuff is to make you better. You can do this. So stop treating missed questions like failure. Treat them as little bitty data points that help you make course corrections. Instead of saying, I missed another one, I'm so stupid, I'll never do this good, and start blaming the world, start thinking, all right, cool. Threw another interception, what can I learn from there? Picked up a gold nugget, another one. Yeehaw! I'm so lucky that I made a mistake because I'm going to be better tomorrow. That's the beautiful thing. These mistakes are teaching me something my future self will thank me for. That's a constant thing that I've tried to tell you. Your future self will thank you for being courageous today. Peyton Manning didn't stop throwing. He got better at it. Engineers don't stop troubleshooting. They get better at it. You don't stop just because you miss. You keep on rolling. So the PMP doesn't care about how many questions you miss in practice. They only care about how you respond under pressure to the questions that they give you on the exam. Missing isn't the obstacle. Missing questions is the path to getting to success. So every student has a highlight reel, whether they know it or not, of all the things that they blundered on the way to looking fantastic. The problem with our brain usually is that we give up before we get the opportunity to see how good we can be. So let's not do that. You can do it as we go. So I love it when my students miss questions and they show the resiliency, the perspective, and the tenacity to bounce back, to learn, to pick up that gold nugget and not see it as something that you're ashamed of, but as something that you're appreciative of. So that, at the end of the day, is what you're trying to do here. Because let's face this. Are you and I studying nuclear physics? No. Did you ever have to use a logarithm, whatever that is, from engineering? I don't even know, dude. Back in the day when I was doing math and junk. Did you ever have to split it? Are we splitting atoms here? No. Are you Oppenheimer and I'm Richard Feynman? No. We're smart peoples, but let's have some perspective here. We're talking about leading people to build cool things, to deploy them. That's what we're talking. Let's make it reasonable. Come on, man. We're not splitting atoms. Peyton Manning threw tons of exception as a rookie. He wouldn't be who he was today if he wouldn't have done that. He would have been good, but he wouldn't be great, right? My chief engineer, remember, told me the best engineers have the best mistake stories. And he told me something that would make you laugh all day long. How could you ever do that, I would say? But he did it. He learned from it. And there we go. And the best PMP students, they got mistake stories too. Let's turn those into wins. Don't fear the misses. Collect them. Learn from them. Build them. Use what you got to get what you want. That's what James Brown said. It's in a song. And so that's what we got to do right now. We got to miss some questions so that we can get better. Now, if you want my help turning those misses into real learning, that's what I do for a living. That's what I think I'm the best in the world at. And so come on, challenge me. I would love to watch you solve questions, and I would love to help you get better. So you can call me, you can text me, 757-759-5282. Let's keep our heads up. Let's keep throwing. Let's keep learning. This is how legends are made. All right. See you later, alligators.